Hey guys, welcome to the 7th video of the channel, and I gotta say, you guys have been making my day lately. The comments have been nicer than I thought, I'm enjoying y'all's interactions, the views have been nice, and we gained 100 subscribers just from one day alone. That's like, enough to beat a gorilla. Yes, I'm bringing up my tinginess, and if you think that the gorilla is winning, you are stupid. And taking the growth of the channel where I talk about, as my bio says, things that I like and things that make me want to rip off my skull, I've been noticing that has been pretty much bullshit. My first video talks about an anime that I thought was mid and how the best girl in that video gets the NTR treatment. My second video is about a manga that started out as a cute and fluffy rom-com but then turned into a dark and depressing series, aka again, the NTR treatment. The third one made me want to peel my skin off. The fourth, although it's about a manga I loved, is a pretty depressing series. The fifth made me pray to God, and the sixth was... well... You guys see the problem here? I'm putting a lot of negative with quite literally no positive insight. And overall, I don't think this is the direction that I want to go to. We have too many stuff that's either degenerate or depressing as shit. So you know what? I'm gonna go back to my roots and remind you and myself to where it all began. The reason I even started reading mangas in the first place, not for the jaw-dropping art, for the awesome action scenes, no. I started reading mangas because I liked seeing absolutely wholesome shit. For too long, we as men get this reputation that we only like gore, sex, ass and titties, which is kinda true. But in reality, most of the time, we just wanna be loved. We wanna feel full. And there's nothing more fulfilling than to read something that includes that in the most pure and sweetest way possible.
It's not a good look. Women don't respect it. Kind of makes me look like a bitch. I like it.
Which is why I'm gonna tell you guys about the manga that's been captivating my heart, took my soul for ransom, and gave me back that desire for love again. And the name of that manga is The What? Now my objective as always is to sell you guys onto reading this by telling you what's good about this manga. And fortunately for me, there's a lot of it. The pages follow the story of these 4 sisters being in love while also being cute as shit and having 4 different stereotypes. And in case you're not familiar with those terms, let me give you guys a little overview. The oldest sister is what we call a yandere. Yanderes are known to be quiet, antisocial, a bit of a dumbass, and blushes at every minor inconvenience around their crush. The second sister is what we call a dere. Someone bright, cheerful, has a radiating smile that oozes charisma and brings joy in the atmosphere. Someone who is an overly affectionate character and doesn't hide her romantic feelings. The third sister is a tsundere. Well, we know what all that shit is about, but while a lot of people have been thinking that this trope usually results to physical abuse from the female characters, don't worry. This tomboy does not resort to violence. And now the youngest sister, a kudere. Someone emotionless, cold, and indifferent most of the time, but she's actually pretty forward. And the rarity of seeing her blush is what really makes your heart go doki doki and kyun. God, I sound like a loser. But seeing all of these girls showing their dairy moments, their blushes, and their designs really reminds me of another manga called Quintessential Quintuplets, one of my favorite horror mangas ever, where 5 girls are hopelessly in love and makes up a good drama between the sisters over getting their ideal love life. But unfortunately for them, they all fell for the same guy. And unfortunately for you guys, it's not a hentai. So the guy actually has morals and has to choose one person. Meaning that all their moments of cuteness will go to waste once the ending girl is chosen, and all the other girls get thrown in a dumpster and meet their inevitable end. Did I say that this was one of my favorite horror mangas ever? Well, yeah. I hate harems though. So, my expectations are kinda low. So how am I supposed to propose to you that this manga is worth reading? This manga that is so similar to Quintessential Quintuplets that had a strong potential of breaking your heart. How can you guys like a manga where all of these girls are in love and have chances of losing? Meaning you would have to root for one girl more than the other. How can you like a manga where a harem can completely ruin your entire experience when the ending is put in place? Well, simple really. Just don't make it a harem. Yeah, that's a pretty solid plan, right? This shit is genius. I don't know why more authors don't do this. This reminds me of another series that I love called Surezure Children, where we see multiple high schoolers go through with their love lives. They're all super sweet and adorable, but this manga does a twist where these love stories interconnect with each other. Compared to Surezure Children, where most of these stories have nothing to do with each other, this manga takes it a step further. Young love is full of uncertainties, stupid mistakes, and immature decisions, but these sisters worked toward them, and guide each other in how to navigate through it. The older sisters tend to be more wise, and for good reason, so they tend to give advice on how the younger ones can raise their men up. But at the same time, the younger sisters also give a fresh perspective to the older ones and widening their view in order to pursue their love. It's like a show where all of the best girls win. I mean, what's not to like about that? Now, if I were in your position watching this video, I wouldn't necessarily be sold yet. For some of you, yes, but for me, I kinda want more. I'm not too into the idea of 4 different girls just going through their love lives if it's just to show the charms of these young women. Something like Tawawa on Monday is fucking shit. I hated that anime. It's like watching Gunner Bait with no purpose. It's like watching Komi, Nagatoro, Uzaki if they weren't as likable. So I am here to tell you that you won't be reading anything like that, because their love stories are actually interesting. The older sister has a crush on a part-time coworker who's just trying to work on expressing his emotions and learn how to fit into society better. He's a sweetheart who tries to do his work diligently and finds comfort in getting to know our Onesan. Meanwhile, said Onesan is a work of mess and constantly fails to show her desires of getting closer to her man. Cute story, a bit frustrating sometimes, has the potential to be something special. 7 out of 10. The second sister, one of the popular girls in school and is in love with the chill and quiet guy. Huh, I wonder what this reminds me of. The simplicity of this story gives more leeway to showing the cute love in its purest form as a girl tries her best to charm her lover, while also having a bit of character development on the side. Nice one, I like the romance, 8 out of 10. The third sister, tomboy, athletic, thinks that her short king won't like her for not being feminine enough, so she asks for advice from her sisters on how to be more girly, not knowing that her boy is already hopelessly swooning over her because of how she is originally. I actually like the story more than the rest. And no, it's not because I'm a midget. Is it super cute? I feel like the author really hit the jackpot with this variation. Not a single moment goes by where your heart doesn't start palpitating from all the sweetness that is being exuded in their relationship. Absolutely diabetic, this guy is a cutie patootie, not much to complain about really. 10 out of 10. And finally, the relationship of my personal favorite girl of the series. A kudere who is perfect in every way is being pursued by her rival, and while she's good at everything she does, sometimes that pressure takes a toll on her, and in her times of weakness, that rival who's always been her thorn in the side comes in to brighten her day. This young lady exudes queen energy. Her smug is uncanny, her blushing moments are impeccable, and while she seems cold, she is actually the most daring out of the sisters, and really shoots her shot whenever she can. Love the dynamic, adorable, best girl keeps girling, 9 out of 10, pretty damn good. And that's also the best way I can describe this manga. All these love stories bring the same vibe, and if you're looking to brighten your day with some diabetic dessert, I highly recommend reading this piece of fiction. Stop reading that harem shit where all you get is toxicity, or maybe if you just so happen to somehow choose the best and winning girl, which pretty much never happens. Instead, read the show where you can root for all of these girls and see them all get their very deserved W's. But before I end this video, there is something that I do want to address. There is a mini chapter early on to the series, right after we've already gotten a short introduction of what each girl is like, where it shows the original concept of the show. It's cute, you don't need to read it, but for me, I try to read everything any series tries to put out, especially if I like it. And I can't lie, I kind of fuck with the initial concept better. It's not much different. I mean, the third sister is still one and the same with the one we have now. They also improved on it because the third sister feels more likable than the original. But there are some minor inconveniences that I thought of while reading the manga. And this short mini chapter fixes all of them. For example, these girls don't really look like sisters. I'm sorry, they look adopted. Is this another version of the Shiunji family? Second of all, I think that the oldest sister is the worst girl of this series. She's not bad, don't get me wrong, but I just like her the least. And if you're making me go into a rom-com manga with an One-san and she is not one of my favorites, then you are doing something wrong. I like older women. In any show I watch, my best girls are always the mature lady that makes my heart throb. So it's very weird that a manga that I do like is the one to break that pattern. I mean, just looking at her from the first introduction, she just brings out that ara goodness. But then they took that energy and gave it to the lolly. Why would you do that? Now all we get is just blonde Hinata, which is fine, but let's be honest, she wasn't even top 5 best girls of Naruto. And don't even get me started on the MILF version. It's just a bit disappointing because while I do enjoy what we have now, you're also showing us concepts that kinda make it better. And it just feels like you took away something we could have had. And I don't know why you would do that. It's like when your mom, who initially made the meanest indomie of your life, she gives you a bite, made you fall in love with the dish, but then she said, yeah, you can have that, throws the indomie to the trash, start making a new fresh batch of, I don't know, fried rice or something, and then gave it to you on top of a sunny side egg. I mean, I'll take it. It's still delicious as shit, cause, you know, Southeast Asian moms always slap with their cooking. But like, what was up with the indomie? Why couldn't you have just given me that? I mean, I get the initial concept had some rough edges, and I'm glad that this new one improves it. Really, it does. But at the same time, it also took away the charms the OG had. Damn it, I'm supposed to be positive today.